MAGA Republicans are going into overdrive, violating the Constitution by mixing government and religion. Let's talk about it. As you know, MAGA Republicans all over the country are pushing religion into government and trying to force people to adopt Christian principles, or at least MAGA's interpretation of Christian principles. There isn't really a whole lot Christian about the MAGA movement. However, they wrap themselves up in religion. You've seen this come to fruition in places like Louisiana, where they want to require the Ten Commandments to be displayed in every schoolroom. You've seen it in places like Oklahoma, where they want to establish charter schools, government charter schools that are religiously affiliated. And you've seen other attempts around the country. Now, I was watching MSNBC yesterday, and Katie Tur and David French were discussing all of this. And Katie Tur asked David French, why is this happening now? Why are these efforts to blend government and religion? Why all of a sudden are they ramping up these efforts? Well, there's two main things that I think really need to be pointed out here. The first is that the reason that it's happening now is because MAGA Republicans see an opening, because the Supreme Court has made it clear to the country that they are ready and willing to overturn long-standing precedent on all manner of legal issues. They don't care about the Constitution, and they don't care about prior precedents of the court. They're just going to do whatever they want. They've made that abundantly clear. And because of that, these MAGA Republicans think that they can do things now that they would have been unable to do in the past, like force government schools to display the Ten Commandments in classrooms. That never would have flown before. But with this Supreme Court, they think that they can get this Supreme Court to go along with that and to overturn a whole body of case law that would have prohibited that in the past. And so that's why this is all happening now with increasing frequency, because they think they have an ally with a corrupted Supreme Court, and they may very well be right about that. Now, the other reason that MAGA Republicans are doing this, and you have to understand this, a lot of this is simply driven by hatred of people they consider to be on the left, people they consider to be their enemies, right? Everything for these MAGA Republicans is about owning the libs, making the liberals angry, sticking it to them. They don't really give a damn about putting up the Ten Commandments in the classroom, but they know it will make non-MAGA Republicans upset about this and oppose that. And that's why they do so much of what they do and say so much of what they say. They do it simply to make other people upset. It's all about owning the libs. It's all about culture war for the sake of war. That's what this is all about. And it drives ratings on propaganda outlets like Fox News. So that's what this is all about. This is all about hatred, pure and simple. It's all about sticking it to people they don't like, trying to make them upset. And the reason why it's happening now with increasing frequency is because the Supreme Court has made it clear to the country that they don't care about the Constitution. They don't care about court precedent. They are part of the culture war. And MAGA Republicans feel free now to enact unconstitutional laws across the country with the hope, and it might be correct hope, that the Supreme Court is going to reverse long-standing legal principles which would have made these things illegal, but will now uphold them and force this version of MAGA Christianity, and I use that term Christianity with respect to MAGA Republicans very, very loosely, because as I say, there's very little Christian about this MAGA movement. But that's what's going on, and expect it to continue. So that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I'll talk to you again soon.